Hi everybody, welcome back to my little makeup lab. Yori here with my September favorites. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. I hope you'll consider subscribing before you leave if you do enjoy weekly content on makeup and beauty. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so last month I didn't feel I had too many favorites to share with you, but this month is quite the opposite. So I would like to actually start with a makeup brush cleaning product. In my New York vacation haul, I mentioned that I actually find cleaning my makeup brushes a little therapeutic and relaxing. I do use this Sigma Express Sigma Spa cleaning mat, and basically what it is, it's a rubberized and grooved surface which allows you to clean your makeup brushes very easily. So you just dampen your brush and you use a little brush cleanser and then you swipe across the different surfaces depending on the brush that you're using, and it makes cleaning your brushes so easy and very quick as well. So I really love that product. I think it's just a handy tool. I've seen some smaller versions from like Real Techniques and things like that at the drugstore, and I think they would do the absolute same thing. Alright, the next thing that I wanted to mention are two brushes, and these were also from my New York vacation haul, and these are the brushes by Surat Beauty. Oh my gosh, I love these brushes so much. They're natural bristle brushes. They are handcrafted in Japan. They are very pricey brushes, but I do not regret purchasing these at all. They grab onto shadows amazingly well. I did feature this one, the smoky eye brush, in one of my 5 and 5 review videos. So if you'd like to check that out, then that would be cool. But you can see that it's obviously in my favorites along with this one. Now I want every brush from Surat Beauty, so I don't know what I'm going to do. In the same New York makeup haul, I also hauled some brushes from Morphe Brushes for the very first time. We do not have a Morphe brush store here in Chicago, and I've never been to a Morphe Brushes store, so I've been hesitant to really try out their products. But I did purchase quite a few brushes from their line when I went into New York, and I was able to see them in Ricky's NYC. And this is one of the brushes that I picked up. This is the Morphe E28 brush, and it is a blending brush, and I basically call this brush a harsh line eraser. It's sort of a pointed blender, and it has enough of a stiffness to it that if you use it on the outer edge where you apply color, it really blends out every harsh line, and I've really been enjoying this. Actually, every brush that I purchased was really great. Like, I'm really impressed. It has a nice weight in my hands and it really applies makeup beautifully, so I really can't complain. I think this one was about $8, and so at a very affordable price range as well, you can get really good results. So I have been loving this brush. The next thing that I wanted to mention is the Natasha Denona Lila palette. I do have a swatch video and unboxing on this palette on my channel, and I'll link that up in the cards if you are interested, but this is a beautiful palette. I am wearing this palette on my eyes today. I will be filming a tutorial on this look, so keep an eye out for that, but this is what the palette looks like. It's basically your berry and purple shades, and then you have a few neutral transition shades to work into your look, as well as some coppery tones. I love this palette. It's beautiful. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. It applied beautifully. I did not have to do my eye makeup first. I was just able to go in, do my foundation, and then apply the shadows. I had no fallout or any trouble blending the shadows at all, and I have just been loving this palette. I do know that it's a little bit pricey, but to me personally, it's worth it, and it does have a unique color story as well. It's not your traditional warm eyeshadow palette. It's a little bit different now, and it's a perfect match to the Sunset palette, which I also have in my collection. So I have been absolutely loving this. Another eyeshadow palette that is an absolute favorite is the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette. I also have an unboxing and swatch video of this one on my channel, which I will link above if you're interested, but I have been really loving this palette. It's interesting, but a lot of people have commented that it isn't really cohesive, but I think that palettes that are not necessarily just so obvious in what kind of look you can make, they allow for your creative juices to sort of flow, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that about the Anastasia Subculture palette, which really ignited the creativity in me, and I find that this one is doing the absolute same thing. I went straight for these bright pops of colors, of course, because I love color, but this has some very nice neutral tones as well, and you can have cool tones and warm tones. I especially love the shade Martyr. It's a perfect transition color for a medium skin tone like myself, but there are other shades that you can use, and I just find that the quality of this eyeshadow palette is beautiful. I love it. I have her Metal Matte matte palette, which has been an absolute favorite for me. I do prefer that one a little bit more, but this one is absolutely beautiful and I do not regret purchasing it at all. The shadows blend beautifully, and also the variety of different finishes that it has allows for you to create a lot of dimension in your eye look. So I'm really enjoying this palette. Yeah, it's a September favorite. Alright, the next product that I'd like to feature is actually a makeup brush holder, and this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see it says eyes, lips, face right here. This one is from e.l.f. and it was actually a find at TJ Maxx. So I was at TJ Maxx and I always browse the makeup section because you really never know what you're gonna find there. And this time around I found this brush holder. It has 3 dividers and I have 3 different brush sets in there. I'm really liking it. It's very chic, it's very pretty, and it does allow me to separate my brushes. I just think it's a really nice thing. Now, when I purchased it, like a lot of things at TJ Maxx, the box was totally beat up. So this is what the box actually looked like. And you can see that it's torn. I didn't do that. It was on clearance. I got it for $8 and the inside was perfectly fine. So the box may have been a little beat up, but the brush holder was perfect. Another TJ Maxx find was actually this brush set right here, and this one is by True Beauty. Actually, I like this kind of brush because they're very good for cream products. So I have them right here, right? So these are some of the brushes that come in the set. So you can see that they sort of have white ends and then darker tips. But you have a lot of different face brushes with different shapes as well. But these blend cream products so well, like cream products as well as powder products. They work beautifully with this. And it was a 10-piece brush set, has eye brushes and face brushes. It's by True Beauty and it's called the Contour and Highlight 10-piece brush set. Let me show you a couple of my favorites. This is the round blending face brush, and it's a little bit dirty because I did use it to apply my foundation today, and it just buffs foundation beautifully. Like, I didn't have any streaks or any shedding or anything like that. I do find that the handles, they feel a little bit wobbly, but I think I paid $10 for the whole set and I can't complain. That's $1 a brush. So that's like e.l.f. or Wet n Wild prices. And I really enjoyed this one. The other one, and the one that really caught my attention, is this one. It's called the Tapered Contouring Face Brush. Now, I don't use it for contouring. I could try it, but what I really like this is for blending out concealer. It fits underneath my eyes so well. It blends out my concealer so well, especially if I try to highlight a little bit underneath my eyes. It's just amazing. I love it. And it gets right in the inner corner as well, where I usually have trouble if I go in with a blending sponge. I can never reach my inner corner. My eyes are just so deep set. So I love this for blending out the concealer. For applying the concealer, I've been using this one, and it's a small flat blending detail. This one is a little bit misshapen. I have to see if I can reshape it a little bit, but it has a flat top, and basically what I do is I apply my concealer with this sort of in the general area where I want it, and then I go in with this one and I blend it out, and it's a perfect pair. I really, really, really love these. They're definitely not on the scale of the Celebratory Beauty brushes, but these are good brushes, so you never know what you're gonna find there. This is the box that the set came in. There was nothing wrong with the set. It also has a carrying case, so it says that a carrying case was included. Let me show you what that looks like. All right, so this is what the carrying case looks like. It's just sort of a pleather material, and it has little slots for the brushes, and it lifts up just like this, and it folds over and is held in place by a magnet. I do keep my brushes sort of out in brush holders like the e.l.f. one on my vanity, so I'll use something like that for travel. It's very handy and just very affordable. I think the price on this was $12.99 actually. So you get all 10 brushes plus the case for $12.99. So that's just pretty awesome. The next thing that I wanted to mention was the Tarte Kiss and Blush palette, and this is what this one looks like. This is not a new product by any means, and I understand that it was a limited edition, but it is still available for purchase, and I think it may even be on sale. Now, I am a professor, so I lecture for a living, and when I go to work, I don't go to work looking like this. So I have dry skin, and so I really, really enjoy using cream products on my face, and this is exactly what this is. These are 5 cream blushes. I don't use this one as a blush because it's a little bit dark, but I do use all of the others, and I find that for every day, these brushes have really great lasting power. They blend out really nicely, especially with those brushes. So this brush that I used for foundation today, I have used to actually apply these, because if you can tell, it fits right in the pan like perfectly, and then I just blend it out over my skin. It gives such a beautiful natural flush, and I don't have a look like my makeup is caked on or anything like that, because I'm just putting cream product right on my face, and it's nourishing, it feels hydrating, it feels fresh. And so I can go to work looking somewhat decent and not overdone with products such as this. So I've really been enjoying it. I'm not a fan of the highlight in the center. That's supposed to be a highlight. I used it once and I never really used it again. I don't think it has a lot of staying power. It's a little bit like glittery, or I don't know, I wasn't a fan of the center shade, but everything else around it is great. And you can actually use these for lipsticks as well. So I have used that one as a lip color, but mostly I use it for blushes, and I just love it whenever I use cream products. So again, the brush set that I got is perfect with something like this, because those brushes just work so well with cream products, and I actually really do like them. I know that it's not popular opinion. People really love powder products, but when you have dry skin, there's a limit to how much powder you can pack on your face, and so something like this is just awesome in my collection. Alright, so along those same lines of makeup for work, I have this little guy right here, and this is from Cover FX. I don't really know what the name of this product is, but it's one of their little clicky products, cream products, and this is what it looks like. Now the reason why I don't know exactly what this is called, which I will put an insert with its name and the price and everything else, is because I purchased this in a Sephora favorites kit, and I just recently pulled it out. I have mine in the shade Bubbly, and this one is a cream highlighter. Now I can again go in with the Tarte palette for blush and then apply this to the tops of my cheekbones and sort of curve it around my eyebrow a little bit, and it's perfect for work. It gives you the perfect sort of wet natural highlight look, and I love it. This is very long lasting. I put it on in the morning, and when I'm done after 2, 4, 5 hour lectures, it's still going strong. So I really love this product. I'll have to find out and see if I can pick it up in other shades. I know that they also have other types of products in this style. I just have to research this a little bit more, but I found it in my collection. I pulled it out, and I have been using it almost daily on work days. So yeah, this is definitely a favorite, and I just wanted to share it with you. All right, the next product that I wanted to share is from Fenty Beauty. You may have seen my video where I picked up a lot of the Fenty Beauty items, and I actually really loved the foundation. I was shocked. I have dry skin, as I mentioned before, and this is supposed to be a matte foundation. I disagree. This is not a matte foundation. I did hydrate and use hydrating primers and things like that, so maybe that made a little bit of a difference, but this didn't wear on me like a matte foundation would. It's not like an Estee Lauder Double Wear or an Urban Decay All Nighters, which those foundations and me, we don't get along. I guess I'm just too old and too wrinkled for foundations like those. I don't know. But this one wore beautifully. It gave my face a very luminous finish. It was a very natural finish, and not only that, it's the most perfect shade I have ever found for myself. This is in the shade 270, and it's just gorgeous. It's a perfect match for my skin tone right now, and so I see myself wearing this a lot. I think it's amazing that she came out with 40 shades, because that way everybody can enjoy the foundation. It seems to be a very good product, and I've seen both dry and oily people really like it, and so I think it's just fantastic. And I also saw that she's coming out with a whole holiday line in October, I think like October 10th or something, around then. Oh my gosh, there's eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks, so obviously I'm gonna wanna try it again. But from the things that I tried the first time around, this was the absolute standout product and definitely a favorite for the month. Alright, so the last thing that I wanted to mention is actually more of a lifestyle favorite. Last month I shared a book, and people seem to appreciate my sharing lifestyle favorites. So this time I'm going to share a food item. So this is the Gevalia Cappuccino 2-Step Keurig thing. It's basically coffee, and you can use it in your Keurigs, so it's very easy, and it makes a beautiful cup of coffee. Like, it froths beautifully and it tastes delicious, and it's so super easy. So this box is empty because it's my favorite flavor. This is the cappuccino one, but I also have the caramel macchiato one, and that's the one I'm working on right now. So it actually works in two parts. So here you have your traditional K-cup that goes into your Keurig, and here you have a froth packet. So I'll put the K-cup in the Keurig, and then this you put into your mug or whatever cup you're going to use at the bottom. So you go ahead and you put it into your mug before it starts brewing. As it goes into the mug, it just froths up so beautifully. It looks like, you know, like a handcrafted beverage, and it's all in the convenience of home. So I have been really loving this. I do prefer the cappuccino flavor to the caramel macchiato one, but they're both very good, and those are not the only ones that it comes in. There's others, and I can't wait to try those. So I'll usually make a cup of either cappuccino or caramel macchiato, and I sweeten it using the stevia, the little stevia drops. Yeah, so it's basically carb free, those little drops, and so it doesn't add any more calories from the sweetener, and you really don't need much, especially for the caramel macchiato, because that one already has a natural sweetness. But for the cappuccino flavor, this one, you do need sort of a little bit, well, I do anyway. So it's something that you might like to try. So I really have been loving these, and most of the time when I'm doing my makeup or filming tutorials or getting ready to go to work, I have a nice hot cup of cappuccino sitting right next to me, just made right at home, and it's delicious. Alright, so that's it for my September favorites. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that I know to continue to share my monthly favorites with you. Please let me know what your favorites are down in the comment section down below, because I definitely want to start my list for items I want to try in October. I hope you had a fantastic September. I hope that October is even better, and I will see you very soon again on my next video. Bye!